Thank you.
I'm grateful, Madam Deputy Speaker. I want to thank, first of all, my honourable friend from Newcastle upon Tyne, Central and West, for bringing this debate and also for the solutions that she has put forward. Just following on from the statements made by my honourable friends, I do have to agree with my honourable friend from Hammersmith and Chiswick that the time is now for us to recognise the state of Palestine. I think that will go some way in trying to make some improvement to the situation. I also agree with my honourable friend from Burnley that what Hamas did is unforgivable, but as I have said in this House before, the actions of Hamas can no way justify what is happening to the Palestinians in Gaza. We don't have any control over Hamas, but Israel is an ally and we should have more of an influence with what's happening with Israel. Gaza has a population of more than 2 million people who mostly depend upon aid, but since 2nd of March, no humanitarian or commercial supplies have gone into Gaza because of the blockade that Israel have imposed on the territory. Since 9th March, no electricity has gone to Gaza because of Israel cutting off the supply. Since January this year, Madam Speaker, there have been 10,000 cases of acute malnutrition amongst children and 1,600 cases of severe acute malnutrition, and these are just the reported figures. The UN World Food Programme have said that as of April the 25th, all food stocks in Gaza have been depleted. Madam Deputy Speaker, my constituents continuously say to me, we need to be on the right side of history. And we cannot stand by just waiting for the Israeli government to listen to us. I do have a lot of faith in this government. I am very pleased that this government has repeatedly stated the urgent need for a return to a ceasefire in Gaza and for the hostages to be released, but also for the aid to be unblocked. And I'm very pleased that this government has continuously condemned the Israeli settlements and have stated that under international law these settlements are illegal. And these settlements are harmful to the prospect of a future Palestinian state. But, Madam Deputy Speaker, we must call for and recognise the state of Palestine now. It was very good to have the Prime Minister from the Palestinian Authority, Prime Minister Mustafa, in this country, and the memorandum of understanding that was signed between the two countries is a good step forward. And I'm also very, very pleased that we have announced the £101 million package of support for the occupied Palestinian territories. But I do have this question. It's all very well pledging this support, but if Israel continues behaving in the way that it has so far, what effect will that aid have? Will it actually stop the killing, the bloodshed, the malnutrition that is now being suffered by the Palestinians in Gaza? And although my honourable friend from Newcastle upon Tyne West and Central and West went a lot further than I am going in coming up with solutions, as I said earlier, I do have faith in this government, and I do want the government now and the Minister at some point to actually come to some kind of a conclusion as to the further steps that this government can take for the situation to be improved. I have to confess my frustration, Madam Deputy Speaker, that although we are making all the right comments, we are making all the right statements, nothing is improving. People are continuing to die, women and children and others are continuing to die in Gaza, in the occupied Palestinian territories. And I do ask the question, how much longer are we going to tolerate this? Thank you.